Would you like to know how much a bug sweep costs? Would you like to know what PI databases are the best? Or would you like to know how to get your first gig as a PI? If you said yes to any of those, then this video is for you. Welcome to the PI Guy, tips, tricks, and advice for professional private investigators just like you. My name is John Morris. I'm a licensed professional private investigator in Colorado. Let's jump into this video's questions from the PI Guy's viewers. Our first question is from Joseph Harvey asking, how much does it cost for someone to come and check a home for hidden cameras? This is a great question indeed, and the simple answer is, well, it all depends. There are many factors that go into play when looking at the cost for a bug sweep, to be sure. Many companies like mine offer different tiers of service. This can range from simple Wi-Fi scans all the way up to a full comprehensive sweep. The more work you get done, the more expensive it is, but then the more likelihood of success in finding a bug and securing the property. My company offers varying levels of services to help with the more budget-minded clients. We know everyone has a finite amount of funds available, and many times our customers have saved for weeks or even months to have us come in, and we want to ensure that we can give them the biggest bang for their buck. Some companies, though, only offer the comprehensive service, everything or nothing, and that is fine as a business model too. If it works for the majority of their clients, they can ensure themselves that they have done everything in their power on every sweep. Now back to the cost for a bug sweep. Besides offering levels of service that may be offered, geography is also a factor. For instance, I am in the northern Colorado Front Range, but we cover much of the entire Front Range in the Eastern Plains. So a sweep up here or in the Denver metro area will be a tad lower in cost than one clear out by the Kansas state line or way down south by the New Mexico state line. Square footage plays a role in the pricing as well as the type of structure. A business is usually a bit higher than a residence as it takes a bit more time to do those. And the bigger the house or the business, the more time it takes. We go through every room in the house with several pieces of professional equipment, and if we try to rush it or skip some rooms, it affects the quality of the sweep. Then there is the personnel involved in the sweep. We usually utilize 2 or 3 technicians for our sweeps. The more technicians can increase the cost slightly, but usually it is about the same. If we send 1 technician, it takes them almost double the time, if not more, than if we send 2. And using 2 or more technicians means we have 2 or 3 sets of eyes and hands working on the sweep, so there is even less likelihood of something getting missed. This is a huge plus for using a company like mine for bug sweeps versus other companies. So given all of that, it is not really easy to just give a cost about how much a bug sweep costs. I would suggest if you're in Colorado, give us a call and we can discuss all of the details and put together a package that fits your needs and your budget. If you are in another state, call at least 3 companies. Make sure you try to get local people if possible, and make sure you find out what equipment they are using. I made another video on bug sweep equipment, and I'm going to leave a link down below for that. Now, Bestie APD asks, what online services are best for record lookups? Great question with a ton of ways to answer it, but I will give it my best shot. If you are talking about public services that anyone can use, well, I made a video a while back about free public databases, and I'm going to leave a link for that video down below as well. A quick recap of some of them are True People Search, Melissa Lookups, and White Pages. But then it depends on what type of records you are looking for. There really is no one-stop has everything site out there free or paid for. Now, I called Hollywood and I asked them to please give me the names of those databases that the PIs and the cops use on all of those TV and movie shows, but I haven't heard back from them yet. If I ever do find that magical database, I will be sure to let you know. Now, if you want federal records, go to Pacer. It is free. Well, sort of, kind of, sort of. Well, you pay per page, but only after you've hit something like $30. So if you never hit that $30 mark, I guess you never pay. Pacer has a lot of information on bankruptcies and other federal court records. Your state court system may have records to be scoured too. As well, most counties, towns, and cities have some form of online records retrieval systems, but not all. Some, you may still have to go down to the courthouse and look it up manually. As for paid PI databases, there are plenty of them. I have accounts to several of them, and I always suggest using 2 or 3 as the data can vary greatly, and none have it all. But if you have several, then you do get a better, bigger picture. Here are the names of some of the PI databases that I currently have accounts with, or I have had accounts with in the past. This is in no particular order: IDI Core, IRB Focus, TLO, Tracer, Skip Smasher, Crime Smasher, LexisNexis, Scope Now, and there are others. Now, if you are affiliated with any of these database companies and would like to discuss having a targeted video on the PI guy regarding what your company offers, feel free to let me know. I would love to discuss the possibilities. Daniel Harmelio asks probably the most asked question from new PIs. How do I get surveillance? Daniel, I wish that there was an easy answer to this, but then if the answer was easy, well, everybody would be doing it. Here are some tips from an old guy here. First, I would like to say, get affiliated with your state PI association and do some networking and see if you can get some subcontract work. I know sub work doesn't pay full price, but sub price is better than no price any day. The way I looked at it when I got started was if it put food on the table for the wife and the kids, if it kept a roof over our heads, and if it kept electricity and the gas turned on, I was fine with less than full price. One thing I learned over the years, there is no easy, one sure way to just hang your PI shingle, open up the business, and make all the money that you ever dreamed about. It takes perseverance and time, and I know you, Daniel, are dedicated to making that work. You are doing what you need in order to stay educated, and you are asking the right questions. If you are looking for surveillance for things like infidelity, child custody, and other civil type of matters, you might look at having a website built for your business that is geared strictly towards that. Now, with a website, you can put up the best website in the world, but it doesn't just magically show up on page one. There's a lot of work and a lot of patience that will go into making that website successful. You might also go to talk to some attorneys who do family law. They probably won't hire you on the spot, but getting your name out there can help. I always suggest to have a good flyer. Go in person, drop it off with the person at the front desk, who is often the paralegal for the office and is the person who is really making a lot of the hiring decisions. A box of candies or cookies or some other treats along with that flyer can go a long ways too. Yan G had a similar question. First off, Yan, way to go. Congratulations on getting your new PI license. Yan asks me, what can I say to someone that calls and wants to learn about my experience? Great question, Yan. This is one that I have asked myself a lot when I first got started. First, I would recommend to get with your state PI association and attend some training events. Training does equate heavily in this industry towards experience. You can then state to your clients something like, I attend regular professional private investigator training courses to ensure that I stay up to date with everything out there. Secondly, count all of your experience, not just your PI experience, especially if you have professional experience. I always count my total experience when talking to clients. I have over 40 years in business, government, and investigative experience. This goes a long way in alleviating their concerns. Then answer their next question, which they probably haven't even asked you yet, with something like this. I can shuffle some things around and get started on that today if you need, or we can get started on that right away. We just need to take care of the contract and the retainer. Use these opportunities to shine and close the sale. I actually very seldom ever get asked about my experience unless it's a higher profile case. When I do, I use it as a way to get to the closing of the sale. Never wait for the customer to close the sale. They seldom will. You might want to check out my book on sales basics for private investigators. I know, a shameless plug there, but hey, someone has to do it, right? You can find that and all of my books on Amazon, and I have an ebook and a print version available. All of my books are also on Barnes & Noble, Apple Books, and most online book platforms out there. Hey, here are 2 more videos that I made just for you. Thank you so much for watching, and remember folks, stay safe out there.